Galacticos, we are live. Yes, we are live now. Welcome to our reaction for the draw of the Champions League that just happened today. Iñaki has been very brave, so he's gonna explain all his knowledge, but in English. So let's see. Let's see first what happened with Real Madrid, which is what we are obviously interested about. This is the group of Real Madrid. Alright, so it's Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Sporting de Portugal, and the Legia from Warsaw, from Poland. It's a team I didn't know, to be honest with you. I didn't know this team existed. Yeah. I hope not to offend anybody in my ignorance.
I think it's a very interesting...
Iñaki knew it existed.
I knew it existed because I was in the Euros in 2012, not in Warsaw, but in another Polish city. And I think that it's going to be a real test for Real, this group, because Borussia Dortmund is a great team. They are as dynamic as they were in 2013. Mario Götze is back with them. Marco Reus.
Was it in 2013 where they knocked us out?
Yeah.
And the 4-1 with 4 Lewandowski goals?
We faced them in the group stage 2. Now Jurgen Klopp, as you know, is the Liverpool manager. Right now they are under Tuchel, and he's a very smart manager. And they have built another dynamic and vertical team. They have players.
They have Schürrle now, Andrea Schürrle, who kind of complicated our lives in Wolfsburg last year.
Yeah.
Well, 4 months ago.
I think that defensively they are not as strong as Real, but from the midfield, Nuri Sahin, who has a brief time here in Spain, is playing for them, and he's really good. They miss Gundogan, who signed for City this season, but I think that especially at the Westfalen Stadium or Sarina like Duna Park, whatever you name it, I think
I know the names of these stadiums because of the FIFA. The Signal Iduna Park or the Westfalen Stadium.
I was at Dortmund in 2001, but it's another story. And I think it's going to be, especially on the road, a very, very demanding game for Zidane's Real Madrid.
It's true, and I think, as you said, the one in Dortmund and the one in Portugal will be demanding away games. Obviously, the demanding games that Real Madrid need to win, need to assert their dominance in the group stage.
A clear point, Real should advance and Real should clinch the group. So the group is not easy, but you know, we are much better teams than our opponents.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we should be first of the group. As you said, the groups are not easy, but then again, when we have easy groups, everybody's saying, oh, they win it because it's easy. So I think this is one of the good things that is not... This is not a group that will have people saying, if we win it, that, oh, it was so easy. Because let's analyze the rest of the groups.
Yeah, but I think that we've talked about the weak schedule we have in the first weeks of La Liga. And I think that having a more demanding schedule in the Champions could be good for this team to face real test early in the season and not wait into the second part of La Liga's first leg. So I think that balance between the weak league schedule and tougher Champions League schedule could be good for the development of this Zidane team.
Yeah, I think too. I think it's interesting to see where in time we have or how we are doing in the league when we have to face this Champions League. Important to mention, the first one will be on September the 13th or 14th, which is basically almost a little bit less than 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, and it's 1 week after the FIFA break.
Yeah, it's in the Tuesday, Wednesday of the week, right after the third match day of the league that we'll be playing Osasuna at home here on the 10th. I had prepared the picture with the rest of the groups, but somehow we have lost it. Galacticos.
Yeah, one of the most interesting groups is Barcelona, Manchester City, Celtic, and Borussia from Mönchengladbach. It's a very interesting team. Guardiola is back to Barcelona to face his former team, and he will doing basically with the same squad City had when we faced them in May. And I think it's going to be really demanding for Guardiola too, because right now he hasn't developed his tactics yet.
Yeah, he's going to need time to develop what he wants at Man City. But what's interesting for us, to be honest with you, is the kind of funny thing that 2 months ago or 3 months ago, people were saying, oh, Man City is the easiest team that you can face. They don't even deserve to be in the semifinals of the Champions League. This is like what is this? This is a joke. And now, 2 months after, with the same players...
Yeah, they've added Nolito, Ilkay Gundogan and Stones, the centre-back. but they are basically the same team.
It's
with
the same team,
Agüero,
and
De Bruyne, Silva.
it's fair to say that, adding John Stones and Nolito makes you, it keeps your level, but by no means makes you a better team. That's my opinion.
And Gundogan is not playing yet because he's still injured and he hasn't made his debut with Manchester City.
Yeah,
but I think both will advance, City and Barcelona. But they have to be aware of that Mönchengladbach team.
Yeah,
they are a high-paced team,
and also Celtic. Again, it's not one of the candidates to make it through, but it is a candidate to take points or important points. Maybe for Man City when they go to play in Scotland. I don't know.
That a couple of years ago, Barcelona lost 2-0 at Celtic in the group stage. But the group was weaker than this.
Yeah.
If Barcelona couldn't afford a loss at Celtic pitch this year.
I think at this group, Barcelona can't afford any losses in this or any defeats in this group. Then we have the Group B: Benfica, Napoli, Dinamo de Kiev, and Besiktas.
Benfica and Napoli big favorites for me.
I think big favorites. Also in Group D, Bayern and Atletico big favorites. Maybe on the possibility of PSV complicating Bayern or Atletico at some point. Let's remember that last year, in the 8 finals, Atletico went through against PSV on the penalties.
Yeah.
And there was a very close game. They were very close to not winning.
I'm looking forward to see what Ancelotti is going to do with this really good Bayern squad. I think that he's smart enough to do not touch what has been working for them during the Guardiola era,
and he's also smart enough to add the new players. Let's say Renato Sanchez. I don't know how much weight is gonna be on Renato Sanchez to define or decide games, but
in the Euros, Renato showed that he's ready to immediate impact in this Bayern.
Yeah, he's ready to take on the responsibility for sure. Let's see the rest of the groups, and we have CSKA Moskva, the CSKA Moscow, Bayern Leverkusen, Tottenham, and Monaco. I think. Besides of the groups that are not really, I don't know how to say this without sounding cocky, but some of these groups do look like Europa League groups.
Yeah, true.
I mean, for me, the fact that the champion of the Premier this year is Leicester, and we're not seeing Chelsea or Man United heading one of the groups, is kind of weird. When you see the picture, you see this group right here: Leicester, Porto, Bruges, and Copenhagen.
Yeah, they look like weak.
It looks like a weak group, yeah.
Like weak Europe League groups, actually.
Even in the Europa League, it wouldn't be the strongest group.
Tottenham under Pochettino is doing great these previous seasons. They have basically the same squad, so they have continuity, and I think that they should prevail in this group. Monaco knock out Villarreal in a very solid performance here in Spain and then in Monaco, and I think that maybe they are the greatest teams of this group.
I think, in this group, if Tottenham goes through, I mean, whatever happens with the other 3 teams, I wouldn't be that much surprised. I think they're pretty even in level. The CSKA, I don't know how to say it in English, Leverkusen and Monaco. And then there's the last group. I think the last group will have a lot of, a lot of mystery.
I think Juventus has the edge. They have lost Pogba, but they have added Higuain and Pjanic, plus Dani Alves. They have moved very well in the windows transfer. And I think that Sevilla has a real option of advancing. It will depend on if Sampaoli is quick in implementing his idea. It's not easy, and the Champions League is a very short competition that
penalizes mistakes. That's true. And the one thing that is interesting is, you can have Sevilla playing Olympique de Lyon in 3 weeks or in 2 months.
True.
And then, as you know, maybe it's not clear for some of you. The thing is, you play the first game, the second game, the third game, and then the 4th game, it repeats the 3rd game. The 5th game is the 2nd game.
Sevilla right now they have a really decent, a really impressive start with a 6-4 victory over Espanyol in La Liga. But I think that Sampaoli and this group of players, they've missed Rigoviak, Banega, Gameiro. They need to buy some time, and it would be great for them not facing Juventus until mid-October in an ideal scenario.
But that's the thing I was talking about. We're gonna know in a few hours, when these games are gonna happen, because you can face, let's say, Sevilla can face Olympique de Lyon in the first match day, and then in the 6th match day, which would be 2 months apart, or they can face them in the 3rd and 4th, which are only 2 weeks apart from each other. So that's also an interesting thing. So let's see
the
Galacticos.
comments and the shoutouts.
Let's talk to you a little bit, Galacticos. Stefan Schwarzmeier says, hello, Mateo. Group G is the easiest. Yeah, I have always wanted to watch Real versus Atleti. I guess you guys are talking about... says, how many is working on the Real Galacticos? This is... how many people are working on the Real Galacticos channel? Let's do one thing.
Today in front of the cameras we've been Vitaly and myself for all day long, but we have several people helping us editing the videos and doing stuff.
You can guess how many people you think our team have, and I will tell you if you're right or wrong or how far you are from the truth. Give me a shout out for Amir Taleb. Shout out for Amir Taleb, for Alex Ganekov. Alex Ganekov, my friend. I was ready to shout you out in the last video. I absolutely forgot. I'm sorry. So Alex Ganekov, this is me shouting you out. Thank you, Alex Ganekov.
Alex Ganekov.
Says, Cheta Enoel, are you from Peru? I am from Peru.
An interesting one by Shannon the Dreamer.
Who do you think will make the semi-finals?
I think that
Iñaki has a quote that he likes.
But I can translate it with my English skills. But you know, if you go back to the previous 5-6 seasons, there are a clear establishment in the Champions League. Real Madrid, Barcelona and Bayern, they've been constantly in the semi-finals. Plus Atletico has been twice in the last 3 years.
Yeah, the final.
It would be shocking for me if at least two of these teams, Barcelona, Bayern and Real,
were not in the semi-finals. Says Musa Haraji, what are your thoughts on the Copa del Rey? I'm happy just to get to play it. Those are my thoughts. Do you expect any big upsets such as Lechia beating Dortmund?
Not that upset me.
Yeah, that would be a very big upset. But again, you know,
Lechia,
if you were expecting them, they wouldn't really be upsets. I guess.
I don't know the squad, but I do know how the fans behave in Poland. And I think that Real, Borussia and Sporting Portugal are going to face a very hot environment there. But you know, when the game starts, it's 11 versus 11 on a pitch, so the people doesn't play, you know.
The Pharaoh is asking how many trophies can we get this season? Well, technically we can get 6 this season. Because we have the Club World Cup, the league.
5.
5. The Club World Cup, the league, the Copa del Rey, the Champions League, and the Super Cup after. To be honest with you, the league would only the league would already make me happy. Only the league would make me happy. You know, then if it's the league and something else, I would be. I don't know how Iñaki feels about this.
Yeah, the league is the main focus right now for Real. Ahmad says, do we think that Real break the course of the back-to-back champions? I guess I think it's not a curse, but you know, I think that the World
Cup,
a
curse. It is a curse. Yeah, nobody has done it.
Yeah, but the bottom line of that course is that it's very, very difficult to win one Champions League. So back-to-back Champions League, you know.
Says, any chance for the treble? Yeah, I mean, all the chances in the world. The season just started. Says, can I have a shout-out? Of course you can have a shout-out, my friend. Ibrahim Oke. I don't know how to say your last name. I don't know if it's Hoki. Ibrahim Hoke. So, shout-out for you, my friend. Using key players in easy matches in Champions League. Well, we'll see how easy those matches are. And again, what we were saying before is let's see what is the state of Real Madrid when we get to those matches.
And
because there are those 6 matches that are, let's say, extended in the course of almost 2 months. So
and Zidane has to achieve to have the most players he can with good rhythm. He has to use the league. He has to use the Champions League to keep the competitive level of the whole squad. You know. We have a lot of games coming up. The Copa del Rey will start in a couple of months. And, you know, this Asensio, Isco, James, they will have their playing time.
Everybody will have their chance. It's important to know that the Copa del Rey will start after the group stage of the Champions League is over. So until that, which is probably at the end of December, beginning of January, we're only going to be playing League and Champions League, which is already a lot. You know, it's already hard. Says, do you think we have enough depth to compete with Barcelona? Oh, yeah. I mean, if we didn't think we have enough depth to compete with Barcelona, we wouldn't be doing this, my friend. We wouldn't be doing this at all.
But I think that Barcelona's squad is deeper this year than they used to be the previous season. They have added a lot of key talent in all the lines. If they finally get Alcácer, it would be a tremendous addition for them up front. And I think that it's fair to say that Real has a great squad, but Barcelona does have to.
Says Stefan Schwarzmeier, we don't need superstars in this transfer window. My thought here is we have the superstars. Let's say, who's the biggest superstar right now? Who just won the best European player of the year? We have it in our team. You know, like who was the best player in the final of the Euro Cup? Pepe. Who's the top scorer? Ronaldo. You know, who the other one? Bale. I mean, they're all like, we already have the stars, man.
We explained this, I don't know if in Facebook or in a Spanish video. You know, it's very difficult to make a trade transfer for an starter for Real Madrid. You can
Exactly.
And you know, and the depth, the supporting cast player like Kovacic, Isco, James are tremendous players. So you don't have to make good Pogba be a starter in this Real Madrid instead of Kroos or Modric. I don't think so.
I don't think so, but I think, you know, if we had gone crazy making a transfer like that, the fact that he cost so much money would be a pressure for him to be a starter. But footballistically, we don't need anything else. Well, Galacticos, where's mi novia, Ashley? She's on holiday, don't worry, she'll be back. She'll be back. And Joaco Lol says, hi for you. We're going to send a couple of shout-outs, and then we're gonna have to go.
Another guy has asked how old is the channel. We are 1 year old.
1 year old?
We are starting our second season, and we are very glad you are out there following us and sending your questions. You make us very happy.
All right, Iñaki's getting emotional, so we're going to have to end this before we start crying. But Galacticos, as always, a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for being there. And don't forget to check out our video on Cristiano Ronaldo and the reaction of him winning the trophy. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.